The LiveWire Del Mar is stuck in first gear. Now, what I mean by this is there's insanity in doing the same thing again and again and expecting different results. And what the insanity is LiveWire keeps on coming out with fantastic electric motorcycles and they can't seem to sell them in any kind of volume. And I've been trying to understand why LiveWire does the things that they do and what causes it. And I think I might be onto something, because if you put yourself in LiveWire's shoes and you look at what they're hearing from the market and the people that test ride the motorcycles, here's an example. So this is what LiveWire hears when any one of several thousand people come back from test riding the LiveWire 1. This is a video I did about a year ago after a guy came in from testing a LiveWire.
So you just rode the LiveWire. What bike do you ride? This is your bike there, right? The KTM?
My bike is the KTM
Yeah.
390 RC.
So what did you think of the LiveWire?
Oh, I thought it was a great bike. Really different experience from what I have experienced before in the past. I've owned a Ducati 1098, a Honda Repsol 1000RR, and a Triumph Sprint. And this electric powered motorcycle is out of this world.
What did you like about it, or what's
I like the way the acceleration, the response, and the braking. It's, you know what I mean. Even though it has some weight to it, once you start giving it some speed, you're able to really maneuver the bike, really shift it. You know what I mean? Move it with your weight.
Yeah.
Which is something I was not expecting. I was really.
Did you like the brakes?
Yeah, really like the brakes.
Yeah.
The brakes are very, very powerful. They don't skid, which is, something you don't want to happen.
Yeah.
But they do, you know what I mean, at going high speeds to braking, it's good response, very
Cool.
high performance.
All right. Thanks so much.
You bet.
Okay, so what's happening is there's a complacency at LiveWire from this kind of excessive flattery. So in other words, LiveWire puts a motorcycle out there, they put it out for people to ride, and they hear feedback like, great bike, out of this world, incredible, super nimble, fast, etc. And they misinterpret what's going on and what people are really saying. Here's another example.
So you just
All
got
right.
back from testing the LiveWire.
Yes.
What kind of bike do you own?
Suzuki Hayabusa.
So it's this one here?
That one right
So you got it lowered and everything? All right. So you drove the LiveWire. What did you think of the LiveWire?
Incredible.
What?
Just super nimble, fast, comfortable, handles really well.
Okay. What'd you think about not having to shift gears?
It's great.
You like that?
It's great. Yeah, it's great. It's the best part. It's no hassle. The power's on demand.
Like my bike.
You never have to be in the right gear.
No,
right?
yeah,
Right
you
there.
just twist the throttle and it just goes.
Cool.
Yep.
All right.
Really great experience.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Okay, LiveWire actually got started in 2010. That's when they first decided to, make the first prototypes and whatnot. And if we flash back to 2015, 5 years later, they actually had a small fleet of motorcycles that they put on a demo truck, and they sent it all around the United States. And they had several thousand people ride these bikes, and it was basically the first time anybody had ridden a bike like this, and it was overwhelmingly positive in terms of the feedback that they heard. I mean, everybody just loved this bike. And as a result, Harley Davidson thinks or thought that there was a market for these motorcycles. So they worked really hard, and in 2019, 4 years later, they launched an even better motorcycle than the original prototype, the LiveWire, the Harley Davidson LiveWire. It had a $30,000 price, sold through Harley Davidson dealerships, and they were expecting this thing to take off, based on all the feedback they had heard. But the result was very poor sales. I mean, the bike bombed. It didn't sell anywhere near the quantity that Harley Davidson thought it would. And what their logic was, and I believe wrongly so, is they thought the price was too high, and they thought that the Harley Davidson dealers attract the wrong customer. Now, that may be true, but I don't think that's the whole story. We've talked about that in other videos, but the point is they got positive feedback. They came out with a bike. The bike flopped. And so what they did is they regrouped, and 2 years later, they launched the bike again. It was the same bike. This time the price reduced to $22,995. It was sold both online and through selected Harley-Davidson dealers, and the result was the same. Very poor sales. The logic was the price is still too high. It's the wrong bike. Whatever. I mean, it was terrible because they got the feedback. They came out with a bike. They got the feedback again. They came out with the same bike. And now, 2 years later, in present day, we're having the same cycle. The same thing is going on. The Del Mar, it's out on a couple demo trucks throughout the United States, and people are riding it and posting videos. And they all have the same thing to say. Awesome, great ride. It'll snap your head back. Here's an example of what people are saying. This is from a ride that happened 2 or 3 days ago. Here we go.
Everyone else did too, riding with me. Let's see what they thought. Well, hold on. I want to get y'all's audio on this, on what y'all thought about the bike. So, what did you think?
Awesome.
All right.
What a great ride.
Is it fast?
It's very fast. It'll snap your neck.
What you think?
It's very peppy, and oh my gosh, it will definitely take off in a very fast heartbeat.
What do you think?
I thought it was really smooth. Even going over the bumps, handled the bumps really well. A lot better than a lot of other bikes I've been on. So you've got the torque, excellent.
And your
excellent.
face got cold, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, we was moving.
No, yeah, it was great. Your 0 to 60 is probably phenomenal.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Awesome.
So.
Okay, now, do you think any of these guys is going to buy a LiveWire Del Mar? I don't think so. These guys aren't going to buy one. Probably 99.9% of people that test ride these bikes are not going to buy one. Okay, and that's this kind of talk is the same kind of talk that caused the complacency before with Harley-Davidson. Now, what I mean by complacency is complacency can occur when an individual or group receives excessive praise or flattery, leading them to feel overly satisfied with their abilities or achievements. This can result in a lack of critical thinking or caution, potentially leading to poor decisions and mistakes. Now, this is LiveWire. Poor decisions, lots of mistakes. Let's see if there's any proof of complacency at LiveWire. There is no Twitter account for Jochen Zeitz or any other LiveWire executives to directly address the market. Now, you don't even have to look at Elon Musk. I mean, he's obviously doing it with electric cars. I mean, you can look at it with Farley at Ford or any number of transportation companies or car companies or high-tech companies that the CEO or somebody at the very top is directly interacting with customers on Twitter. I mean, that's just what you have to do. And in not doing that shows that they're complacent. Maybe they think because everybody's coming off these bikes saying how much they love them, that they're going to sell out of bikes. But we know that's not true because the LiveWire 1 is a great bike. Lots of people have ridden it, and the sales are very poor. So why is that? Is it because LiveWire is complacent? Yeah, I think so. No Twitter account, weak presence on social media relative to other electric motorcycle companies. I mean, look at Zero. Zero's got 5 times the social media presence that LiveWire does. The website's 2 or 3 times more popular. It just goes on and on. LiveWire also has no loyalty or referral programs. That's pretty much how Tesla got the ball rolling with the Tesla cars. They're still doing it. They have a very elaborate program for people or owners to refer or anybody to refer customers to LiveWire. They refuse to kill or redo failed marketing programs like Soulful by Design. I did a whole video about that, talking about how that was the wrong campaign and how the campaign has not worked. So when something doesn't work, you consider it a failure and you move on and do something else. LiveWire is refusing to do that because they're complacent. And another sign of complacent, not to just pick on the marketing people, Del Mar is 6 months late. Okay, they're talking about shipping that thing in July. Okay, the motorcycle market or the time of year to sell it is starting in February through June, so they're late there. So Del Mar is 6 months late, and there's no refresh on the LiveWire 1. So that is complacent. Now, the other thing too, and what happens here, is this idea that people are saying good things about the bike. What it does is it masks the reality of Del Mar's target market of young urban commuters. In other words, they hear all this great stuff and they don't understand that the target market does not have a motorcycle license and therefore doesn't go to demo rides. So if they're targeting young urban commuters don't have a motorcycle license. They don't have $17,000 plus to spend on an urban commuter that they can only use a few months of the year because of weather. And the target market, most of them do not have a plug at home to charge the bike because they live in condos and apartments. And young urban commuters are the wrong market anyway for Del Mar. And if LiveWire would stop listening to how much people love these motorcycles and start thinking about what they really need to do to sell bikes, they would be addressing a whole range of issues that they are not addressing. Now, I think that there is a giant opportunity for Del Mar. I think the way to fix this is to change the target market. The target market is not young urban commuters. It's 18 to 34-year-olds who are tech savvy, active on social media, and interested in projecting a fun and exciting electric lifestyle that exudes freedom while maintaining social responsibility. Now, I'm old, but I've got a son 20, I've got another one 30, and I've got daughters going up to 40. And I can tell you that the 30-year-old and the 20-year-old, they live on social media. They're checking Instagram, they're Snapchatting, whatever. They spend a huge amount of time on social media. And if you want to attract them and if you want to work with them, you have to work with them through their phones or through their cell phones, because that's where they spend their time. And I've looked at all kinds of different research showing, 4 and 5 hours a day on social media accounts for young people. The number of people that check their Instagram accounts more than 70 times a day. I mean, the bottom line is that Del Mar is a very high technology motorcycle. It does over-the-air updates. It's got GPS and geofencing and all kinds of stuff. And it can be a platform for people that are interested in social media to project the kind of image that they want to project. And I can tell you just from my own observation that usually the projected image that these young people project about themselves is much different than the real thing. But the point is they spend a lot of time, grooming their social media presence, and the motorcycle needs to be a part of that. In a previous video, I talked about a marketing campaign, built around the phrase "experience the future of freedom." Something like that has to be done, something along those lines, to integrate the sales of the LiveWire Del Mar with young people and their social media accounts. And the fact that the Del Mar may occasionally be practical transportation is just icing on the cake. The main reason you ride it is because you want to, and it's part of who you are, and it's part of what you want to project as your lifestyle. So anyway, not going to rant a whole lot more. I can't wait till the demo truck comes out to the West Coast, or they're able to let us, ride the bike at the Malibu Experience. I'm very excited about the LiveWire Del Mar. I'm just very concerned that LiveWire is in a cycle of missed opportunity. Have a great day.